Today we will see this case in which there was a retained intraocular foreign body, and this was retained just behind the crystalline lens, and it has perforated the cornea, the lens and the posterior capsule, and it was retained in the anterior vitreous. And as you can see that this is the area where the foreign body has punctured, and this is another photograph which shows the anterior capsular defect, and this is the where we have started the surgery and we have finished removal of the crystalline lens. And here, instead of doing a complete vitrectomy because the foreign body was presenting just behind the posterior capsule, I decided to remove it from this location only. The problem with this location would be that it is entangled in vitreous, and so that there would be some traction on the vitreous. But I decided that we can do some trimming of the vitreous and free the foreign body. So at this moment, this foreign body can be seen suspended here. I have brought in a vitrectomy cutter which has pulled in the foreign body and is trimming the vitreous fibers around it. And luckily the foreign body got trapped into the cutter port, which made it so easy for me to remove it. Now the foreign body is firmly secured in the cutter port, and now we can go ahead use a foreign body forceps to entangle this and engage this foreign body and remove it from the eye through the posterior capsule through the limbal incision. So the light pipe has been disengaged, and now a foreign body forceps, micro forceps, is being used to pick on this foreign body which is held securely in the cutter port. And after lacerating the posterior capsule, we can reach up to the foreign body. Once you have switched off the irrigation, we need to form the anterior chamber using viscoelastic gel, and then we can switch to the foreign body forceps. The advantage of this technique would be that we will not have to hunt for the foreign body, which would get lost if it falls down. Although that is also a preferred technique, but this makes it more practical and straightforward. The foreign body has been grasped, and now it can be simply pulled out of the incision. Some vitreous fibers which are entangled at this moment can be simply trimmed away using the same cutter which was till now holding the foreign body. We can also clear some vitreous and also some part of the capsule so as to ease the removal of this foreign body through the opening created by the cutter. The foreign body has been pulled out, and now it is time to do the remaining steps of the surgery, which include implantation of a posterior chamber IOL, which we will implant in the bag because the posterior capsular opening is very small and the posterior capsular periphery is very much intact, on which the IOL can be supported. And this would be the most physiological situation for the IOL placement, and it will not disturb any other structure and would be the preferred choice. This is a single piece hydrophilic monofocal IOL. The leading haptic goes directly into the bag, and the trailing haptic can be dialed into the bag. This is the trailing haptic, and we can see it is being dialed into the bag after negotiating the anterior capsular rim. The IOL is securely held in place, and now it is time to create a PVD. PVD creation is very important in these situations. So one has to first stain this transparent vitreous so that it can be removed. The core vitrectomy is done, and once core vitrectomy is finished, one should always create a PVD, because later on this peripheral cortical vitreous, which is adherent on the retinal surface, will shrink and may cause a pucker at the macula. So in young patients, the vitreous is very much adhered and it is difficult to remove. Here we can see this process where the vitreous is being disengaged from the retinal surface, and this has to be done starting from the disc. You move on and keep on detaching the vitreous surface from the retinal surface. Once this is finished and vitreous has been detached completely, we can remove it by using the vitrectomy cutter, so that now the retinal surface is bare without any vitreous strands or any membrane over it. This excludes the possibility of later on macular pucker or any tractional detachment. This is the day 1 post-op picture, and we can appreciate this is second picture, which shows the glow and the IOL, which is well centered. There's some keratitis, but overall it was a good surgical outcome. Thank you.